Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope all of you are fine and well prepared for your examination. This is your physics teacher Zishan Fiaz. I am here to give you some guidelines related to your physics paper. So let us start. So first, the most important part. Do not forget to write down the roll number and the variant number that is mentioned on your sheet. So here I have shared an image with you. You need to write down the roll numbers at the appropriate place and also fill the bubble. Okay, so completely fill the bubbles. Read the statements carefully. First, you have MCQs. You have already given the examination, so you know the multiple choice question. When you are attempting the multiple choice question, you cannot use the correction pen. You cannot You cannot go for cutting or overwriting. You have to choose only one option out of four. Here I have shared the model paper. So here we have a question, and you can see there are four options. Then add on the extreme right side, uh, A, B, C, D, four bubbles are mentioned. So you need to choose the correct bubble and fill that bubble. And you must fill the bubble. It must not happen like you are choosing the option B and you are filling the bubble B, and the you have also filled half of the bubble C. So this would be considered as overwriting, and you would be awarded with 0 mark. Okay, this is section B of your model paper where you have short questions. Um, your whole paper is basically divided into three types of question: uh, knowledge-based questions, understanding-based questions, and the application-based question. Understanding-based questions are around 50% of your whole paper. Knowledge-based is 30% of your whole paper, and understanding-based is 20% of your whole paper. While attempting the short question, there are few things that you must follow. Like you must write the answer according to the requirement in the question and try to justify your answer. For justifying your answer, you can take help from the formula, you can take help from the diagram, you can use any figure, you can give an example. And always attempt your paper like the one who's going to check your paper, he or she has zero knowledge. So you must attempt the paper in detail. You must start from the zero, you must start from the scratch and then justify your answers. Okay, see, these are some of the that are related to section B. Read the questions carefully, write the answers in neat and legible handwriting, write down the answers at the allocated space. Um, while you're solving the numerical, you need to use the correct data and also the correct unit. So while solving the numerical, always check the units. When you're writing the answer, you must write down the unit with the answer. So it is better for you to use the SI unit, leave the margin lines, avoid cutting and overwriting. Do not write irrelevant answer. Do not write unnecessary long answers such that the answer would exceed from its space and could go into the second question. So this must not happen. So this is section C of your paper that basically consists of long questions. So while attempting the long question, again you follow the same trick, again follow the same technique. Attempt your question like the one who's going to check your paper, he or she has zero knowledge. Attempt the questions in detail and start with the basic. Like here we have a question related to gravitational potential energy. So start with the definition, tell about the concept of potential energy, then tell about the concept of gravitational potential energy, draw its diagram, explain the diagram, then go for the mathematical expression. It must not happen like you are directly going for the derivation. So basically you must explain your answer, you must give some explanation related to your answer. Like here we have a question, explain half-wave with example. So start with the definition, first give the basic concept of the half-life, and then you give some example related to the half-life, draw the graph that shows the number of nuclei, then go for deriving the relation of the half-life. Do's and don'ts related to section C. Again, these are approximately same. You need to read the questions carefully, give the questions, give the answer according to the given rubrics, write the complete answer of the question, choose the answer that you attempt best. Uh, as you have around 50% of the choice in your whole paper, though the choice is restricted choice, but you have choice and you need to attempt the answer a question that you can give the best answer. Do not write excessively lengthy answer, add headings in the answer as per requirement, and it would simply highlight your information. So try to highlight your information. Okay, how to attempt the paper? This all presentation is about this, that how to attempt the paper, understand the instructions, select the best attempting, start with easy question, divide the time for each question, and the last point is, second last point is very important, keep last 10 minutes for the revision also. And do not forget to draw the figure related to the question if necessary. As I have already told you that for the justification of your answer, you need to use the formula, diagram and examples. So if there is a question in which you can use the figure, you must use the figure. Okay, paper attempting strategy. Attempt the short questions first, long question at the end, and answer with the planning. Answers must be in given spacing. Check the answers and formulas. How to get good marks? All of the students want to get good marks. They all want to score good score. So how to get good marks? Write the answer to the point. Write neat answer very neatly, and let's be uh, recheck your answers. Use comparison method in different questions. Like if we have a question that compare the gravitational and the electric force, so you must draw a line and then compare the electric and the gravitational force. When you're writing the formula for the electric force, you must write down the formula for the gravitational force. When you're writing the definition, on the other hand, it must be compared with the definition. FBISE checking criteria. So the answer must be according to the rubrics. They are checking whether the content is correct, whether it is in the proper format, whether the presentation is neat, and whether the answers are relevant or not. The answers must be relevant to the question. Okay, these are the common mistakes that students often make and they lose their marks. First of all, the most important one is the misreading question. They do not understand the question and start writing down the answer that is not relevant to the question. Poor handwriting, that can also be a problem. So, not revising your paper, cutting and overwriting in objective paper. As I have already told you, if you're cutting or overwriting, you would be awarded with 0. Exceeding word limit or lengthy answers. Final revision checklist. Okay, check the question numbers, whether you have attempted all the questions, check if there is any major spelling mistake, check all the questions. Uh, you have attempted all the questions. Ensure there is neatness in the paper. Good luck, students. Wish you very best of very luck for your final exam. Thank you.